Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, it's been 7 years now since Obama ordered his Fed chairman to lower the savings rate from 5% to less than 0.25%. With the false narrative, it would spur economic growth and jobs. Everyone would have an opportunity in this economy. That's what he said. But what it spurred was a front-loading of the biggest, fake, unsustainable stock market rally of 200%. That's what it spurred. Now, most people did not participate in that rally because people got out of their 401k in 2009 and they said, just get me out. I want nothing but fixed income. And they got killed because with low interest rates, fixed incomes get murdered. You got to know what you're doing. If you're going to really retire, you got to be associated with the stock market. That's why you come to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
AMBA, and I've lost over 30K on it, but it had excellent earnings the last several quarters, and if they make the cameras and drone equipment, I don't know why it's so weak these days.
It's so weak these days because you don't pay attention to what they make. You don't care about their earnings. The problem is the institutions are pulling their money out, and that's all you need to know, and that's what we identify in the chart, and that's why I become a Phil's Gang member.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Everybody was asking me, how did I know to short Ford when it was November, and it was when Aunt B was telling us everything was fine? Well, what people didn't know is Aunt B was lying to us because when she was raising the rates, machinery sales were down 5.6%, computers were down 8.7%, communication equipment sales down 21%. I took a look at our chart and I saw that institutions were pulling money out of Ford. So we said, let's short Ford. And we did that in November, on November 10th, because my charts told me there was a big sell signal, and we took advantage of it. And you know that stock Ford has now dropped 17%. That's the return my gang has now, 17%. Don't follow any of the jibber-jabber from CNBC or the Fed. Follow me, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. There is only one talk show host, Phil Grande, who delivers both social and financial talk. Not even Hannity or Rush can deliver a 1-2 punch like that. That's Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Phil Grande is unique, the industry leader, the first talk show host ever to combine social issues and finance into winning stock market ideas. That's Phil Grande, philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
Saber que el tratamiento es completamente gratis nos quita una preocupación de encima.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything will be taken care of.
We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
What is Phil's Gang? philsgang.com is a subscription website service that host Phil Grande has been teaching and providing daily stock investment recommendations for over 15 years, all in the name of making its customers educated investors and helping the kids at St. Jude's Children's Hospital. If you want to take charge of your financial future, then do not wait any longer. For only $49.95, become a Phil's Gang member today. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. We're hitting a new year, and you should, at the same time, come in with a new attitude, a new philosophy that you're going to make money when the stock market goes down. That's right. This is the third bubble, and you don't think it's going to crash? The first bubble did. the dot-com, the second bubble, the housing and financial con. Why do you think the third bubble, which is twice as big as the two previous bubbles, is any different? It's not different. Matter of fact, it's worse. It's going to go down faster. The stock market is going to go down 50%. You're going to lose 50% of the money you have in the stock market. You're going to lose 45% of the equity you have in your home. You're going to lose 30% of the money you have in your savings. Yes, you are. Trust me. Join my gang, Phil's gang, so that we can show you how to benefit, how to profit. But you can't just sit there and own a stock. You got to learn how to short the market. Join my gang. Learn how to short. philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything will be taken care of.
We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
I'm honored this morning to introduce somebody who is a real standout. He's been my friend for many years. He's been a spectacular governor. He's been just a wonderful person and a wonderful, loyal person. Done a really good job. Totally destroyed Marco Rubio the other day. I have never quite seen it. I was standing next to Marco Rubio and he melted. I said, "Are you all right, Marco?" And, I really give Chris credit for that. He's a real talent. And I would like to introduce him because he's going to say something that I think you'll find very, very interesting. Thank you.
And there it is. That's our next U.S. Attorney General. Welcome to Phil's Gang. Coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. Christie, he'd be a great Attorney General. He will put the bankers in jail. He will put them in jail. I'm telling you, that's all we need to lift this country, is to get Jamie Dimon and who's the other guy? Goldman Sachs. Blank, fine, thank you. Handcuff him, perp walk, right down Wall Street. This country will feel terrific. This country will turn around. The confidence in this country will turn around. People will feel good. It will be like when Reagan got in office. People feel good. They feel better, Remember what happened with Jimmy Carter? God, when Reagan came in, everybody just felt good again. You're going, this is the country, you felt good. And this is what we got to do. It's amazing what a president, a good person can do for this country, the health of this country. And, I am so sick of hearing about oil again today. When are they going to stop the lying? Every morning, you go to work, you look, oil's down. So the futures are down 100 points. By 9:30, Goldman Sachs gets ready. They buy oil pre-market. Oil price goes up from 32 to 33, 34. All of a sudden, the futures are up 100. It's unbelievable, gang. The game they are playing with this oil. To mask the truth. To mask, we are in so much trouble because China is in trouble. Nobody understands that. See, they don't want us to know how bad China is. Because if they told us the truth about China, everybody would be buying gold. Not just my subscribers. Our gold mining stocks are up 40% from the day I told them to buy on December 3rd. I told them people are going to be running. They're going to be running to buy mining stocks because things are falling apart. I told you back in May. I told you in June, told you in July, China was falling apart. Short the market. They come out now with oil. Oh, it's oil. It's not about oil. That's a story to mask the problem. More than 1,300 Chinese stocks have fallen. 10%. You say, oh, that's not much. Are you kidding? That's the maximum drop permitted. And they already went out and they shot the guy that was in charge of the market. The Chinese killed him. It's unbelievable. What are you, nuts? You do something wrong over there, and you're in charge, they take you and they hang you. They shoot you. 10% is huge when the maximum drop permitted by the Chinese regulators is 10% in one day. Right now, you take the aggregate meltdown. And see, they're not telling us this. You're not hearing this from CNBC. From last June's high, and remember, I started to tell you in May this was going on, and get ready and short the market. Again, the aggregate meltdown from last June's highs in China is now pushing 45%. Now you want to know why they're telling us oil? See, because if they can convince you it's oil and lie about oil, JP Morgan, that has the biggest oil trading floor, commodity trading floor in this country, then can push the oil up. So if they can take parking space in our head, and they know that we have a herd mentality in this country, that everybody will follow. Oh, it's oil. Oil's going up. Oh, the market's going up. Everything's fine. It's just like when they're printing and printing and printing massive, massive dollars and giving money to the companies to buy their own shares. I could stand on my head and tell people, do you understand what's going on? Companies aren't making any money. Their sales are down 10%, but their stock's up 22%. So their sales revenue dropped 10%, but their stock's up 22%. They don't want to hear it. They're up 22% their stocks. How can that be when sales are down? You got to have sales to have profits, but nobody cared. As long as they printed money, the companies kept on buying their own shares back. Unbelievable. Nobody cared. But see, now people are getting to care. See, people are now they're starting to look at the fundamentals now. What's going on here? The market hasn't gone up since June. Since June of 2015, the market has stopped going up. We've had a 14% correction already. So China, you got to understand something about China. And this is why they don't tell us about China, and they're pinning this on oil, so we won't know this. We all know one thing. It's the most populous country in the world. The second largest economy, ranked just a little bit below us. And we all know that companies from the United States, from Wrangler to whoever, they go to China, they ship their plants over there, their jobs over there, because the cheap labor costs, the cheap supply of materials, that's why they do it. And then, of course, the CEOs here and the companies over here, what they get back is tremendous profits, but they don't share them. They don't share them with our labor. They don't go out and buy equipment to create jobs. They put it in their pocket and the shareholders. So our economy doesn't grow. We don't get the multiplier effect. It used to be when profits came in, they'd go out and buy new equipment. They'd spend money on IT. They'd buy new rolling stock. No more. So here's the problem now. Because we've been doing that, China's economy is going down. China's the third largest export partner of the U.S. Now, you got to think about this. The export goods are valued somewhere about $123 billion. This makes up about 5.5% of our total exports. Of the I think 5%, that's huge. So 5% of the total exports of the U.S. China is also the U.S. largest import partner, whose imports, as I said, were valued at $466 billion as of 2015. They're about 16.4% of the total import of the U.S. What's all that mean? The trade balance of the U.S. vis-a-vis China is negative. And this deficit is financed how? By the capital flow from China. In other words, China is our largest creditor of the U.S., holding the largest part of our U.S. securities, our treasuries, amounting to something like $1 trillion, $270 billion. No, $1 billion. We'll be right back. This is incredible what's going on, and they don't want you to know about it.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, my name is
You're not a regular listener to Phil's Gang? What, are you nuts? Listen to Phil Grande and check out philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Stock Corner is brought to you by the Phil's Gang video channel. Go to philsgang.com, click on the video channel graphic, and check out Phil's free videos on the market, economy, and current events.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, we're talking about China and how it affects our stock market. It's affecting our stock market right now, but they're not telling us that. They're telling us it's oil that's affecting our stock market, which is a huge lie because they don't want us to know how bad things are with China. Now, China is, remember, is the third largest export partner of the U.S., with export goods valued at $123 billion. Now, China is also the U.S. largest import partner, and China is also the largest creditor. Not only our partner, our creditor. And they hold a boatload, billions of dollars of our treasuries. Now, here's the problem. Here's what's going on over there in China. Because our economy is so bad and slowing down. Therefore, the economy of China is slowing down. Now, that's a real problem. So in that way, we are not exporting as much as we should be exporting over there, too. So let's think about this. There's a decrease in the level of consumer spending over there, which affects U.S. exports real bad. And it has decreased our GDP to 1.7%, not oil. See, here's our problem. Our growth is being affected by how bad the slowdown is in China. And here's the problem. They're taking our treasuries, billions of dollars in treasuries. You know what they're doing? They're selling them. Because things are so bad. You know what they're doing? They're raising cash to stimulate their economy. So they're selling part of our U.S. securities. Billions of dollars are secure. They're selling them to use the proceeds to stimulate their economy. Has anybody told you that on CNBC? Nobody. Why do you think I told my subscribers to short the market in May, then June? And remember that last week of July, I said, boy, this is it. I've never seen money coming out of the market like this. And then, bam, China's stock market collapsed. We went down 1,900 points. Then they rigged the market to go back up, our market to go back up, printing more money, giving it to the banks, giving it to companies to buy their own shares, giving it to hedge funds to speculate. And then she raised the interest rates. Bam! That was the end of that. Now the market drops another 14%. Now we're having one hell of a time trying to get our market back up. It's unbelievable. Every day you can see it. The market opens. They go in. They rig the market up in the morning. All of a sudden you look, it's up 50 points, up 100 points. They just push the market up by printing money, giving money to J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs. They will go buy oil and push oil prices up, and then speculators come in and start buying. Because oil's up, they figure they can day trade the stocks. And then all of a sudden stops dead. So the biggest problem we got right now is China. They continue to sell off our treasuries. This is bad. Their economy is getting worse and worse. You imagine they're selling off our treasuries to stimulate their economy? When's the last time you heard them doing that? And now what happens is our large companies, who much of their revenue depends on China, are hurting, and therefore we have layoffs. Kohl's just closed down, 18 stores? Imagine that. Here, we'll take a look at the stock. And this is what's interesting. This is why you got to be a subscriber. I'm telling you. Okay. So, right now, if we go back and look in a year's time here, you take Kohl's, it dropped from $79 to $39. $39. But they're telling us the economy, that's 50%. But what were we told yesterday about the economy? They said the consumers were really doing good, remember? That was yesterday, how the consumer was doing good.
I think that the consumer is just fine.
We've seen a lot of really good economic news in the past couple weeks.
They just closed 18 stores. Unbelievable. So is there an opportunity to buy? Sure. When it drops like that, when nobody wants it, but we haven't got a buy signal. So when you're a subscriber, we'll make sure you get that buy signal. But here's what's even better. Please join the gang and then participate in our program, working investor program every day. Look, you don't do a thing. You don't do anything. We have a coach for you, a personal coach, and you're going to buy the S&P 500 stocks, a group of stocks that act like one stock. And then we're watching every day the refiners, MRO. We're watching, that's Marathon. We're watching TSO. We're watching Valero. Now, remember when I said to buy oil, I said to buy the gold mining stocks and nobody wanted to buy them? They said I was nuts. Well, now they're up 40%. Now they're saying the same thing about me telling people to buy the refiners. Here's what I want you to do. Join the game, be a subscriber, and then you'll be part of the Working Investor Program. Every day at 1:15 Eastern, you go in, and there's your coach, and it's archived for you. You don't have to do a thing. The coach tells you exactly when to buy, when to add shares, when to take shares off, and that'll be on the refiners and the S&P 500. There's nothing better than that. Nobody else does that for you. Nobody does that for you. It's $49.95 a month. Tell me who's going to do that for $49.95. All they ask you donate to St. Jude. So China is killing us right now. That's the problem. So forget this oil. Forget this oil. This is crazy. And we are losing so many jobs because of it. It's amazing. But nobody's talking about it.
I am the most insecure security officer you'll meet because I'm worried. Right now, I live paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, but wait a minute. I thought we were told.
I think that the consumer is just fine.
We've seen a lot of really good economic news in the past couple weeks.
Yeah, consumer's just fine. Guy's scared to death. Scared to death. Subscribe now. Make sure you subscribe, and we will help you with the refiners and the S&P 500. We'll be right back, 28 past the hour, here on Phil's Gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Welcome back to Phil's Gang Radio Show. For more information, simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Subscribe to my gang. We have a program for you. Sign up today. Go to philsgang.com. Be a subscriber. It's our working investor program. Okay, now, if you're already a gang member, you're part of that program, so you don't have to sign up again. So, again, it's only $49.95. You will follow. We have a personal coach at 1:15 for you every day. And if you're busy working, this is for a person who has no time and says, I don't have any time. I don't have time to learn. I don't have time to do nothing. I just want everybody to do it for me. Well, this is it right here. Okay, this is the program. And so you got the S&P 500, group of the 500 best companies in the world. They trade as one. It's an exchange-traded fund, a beautiful thing. And also when the market drops, which it's going to again, then you make money as it goes down as well as going up, so you can sleep at night. No more do you have to call your broker. What do we do? What do we do? Those days are gone with our program. It's $49.95. And then, like we did with our folks on the mining stocks, we're now doing on our refiners. Every day we're following the refiners. Every day we will spot first the institutional money coming in. And that's how our charts were designed, to spot the institutional money coming in. When that money starts coming in, then what we do is identify the buy signal for our subscribers. It's so easy. It's stress-free. Check it out. Try it. All we ask you to donate to St. Jude. That's it. And send the checks directly to St. Jude. All right. We're talking about China. Now, China is really hurting. Now, a lot of China's problem is they did what we did. Printed money. They went out and they had these huge programs, construction programs, and they were building cities, and nobody was living in the cities, but they kept building city after city after city, and it was incredible, the inflation, and they just didn't leave enough money for their social programs. And things really got bad. They were just spending like wild. They did exactly what we did. Exactly what we did. So our economy was hurting, and they did the same thing. Now their economy's hurting. Now the biggest problem for us, and this is so true, China owns $1.2 trillion in treasuries. $1.2 trillion. Now people say, well, what big deal? Oh, that's a big deal. Because when they decide, first of all, they own us. They control it. They tell us what to do. Okay, that's why I love what Trump's doing. We're under them. They can tell us to do anything they want. They could take our country over. They could bring their ships over and say, we're taking your country over. We have no choice. We have to say, okay, we surrender. But please don't sell our treasuries. Please don't sell our treasuries. Don't sell our debt. I mean, think about it. They make all the stuff in China, and then they lend us the money to buy it. You don't think they got us by the guamo mamos? I mean, are you kidding me? So China buys our debt to support the value of the dollar. Then China pegs its currency, the yuan, to the U.S. dollar. It devalues the currency when it's needed to keep its export prices competitive. This is what Trump's talking about. And, you know, this stuff that went on last night made me sick. Made me sick. It really did. Rubio.
I don't know anything about bankrupting four companies.
No,
you bankrupted four companies. I don't know anything about.
You know what?
Starting a university. A fake university. A fake university.
Okay, there's Rubio talking about Trump University, this. Who cares? Let me tell you something. People don't care. Here's why people don't care. Here's why Rubio got no mileage out of that. No one cares. Because they know Trump is not a bought man. They know Trump is not going to go in and bail and deal with the Congress. He can go in and tell the Congress what to do. Let me explain. The 5 percentile, the 1 percentile, they own. We have a gap in income. We have the rich, we have the poor. Now, of course, part of that inequality we can blame on quantitative easing, and rightfully so. we can blame on that gap between the rich and poor innovations in technology. Go to Home Depot. You can self check out now. Someone's without a job. But you know what the real problem, the real cause of income inequality is power. Power. Where the very wealthy can go in to our Congress and tell them to change whatever laws they want them to change to benefit themselves. That's where the income inequality comes from. And Rubio can say whatever he wants about Trump, but the people are looking to Trump. Because, see, Trump can create jobs. Trump can do what he wants because he's not bought by the pharmaceutical companies. When Trump wants to do something, the pharmaceutical company, no, I don't want you doing that. Here, do this for us first. Oh, okay. Rubio's going to have to say, yeah, you're right. Instead of creating jobs, I'll help you. What do you want me to do? Get the prices up on the pharmaceuticals, on the cancer drugs? Get them up. What do you want them up? 20%? Okay. How much did you give me? You gave me, what, $4 million? Okay. Trump says, no, I'm going to create jobs. Now, let me tell you, you tell me, listen to how pathetic. This is what's really going on in this country.
I am the most insecure security officer you'll meet because I'm worried. Right now, I live paycheck to paycheck.
We all feel stuck, like you're just at that edge of water where you can come up for air every few minutes, but never long enough to feel that you've accomplished something. You always have to go back down.
I feel like I'm in quicksand, not getting ahead, not having any growth. I don't feel like I'm getting ahead at all. As a matter of fact, I was laid off.
Take out all this debt, get an education, and have it lead nowhere, to like no sustainable employment, no job with health benefits or pensions or any of that. Just be out on their own.
See, and this is the growing problem. The workforce who had $58,000 a year jobs, now they only had been replaced by $12 and $15 an hour jobs, but they have no benefits, no health insurance, no nothing. They have to pay for their own gas going to work, the whole deal. See, the problem is this: we have so many people now that are in this class where there's no benefits, and now it's all the shipping our jobs overseas and getting our stuff manufactured. All that comes back to the companies a way of incredible profits, but those profits are only shared by the CEO. He gets his big bonus, and the shareholders who get their big dividends. The worker gets nothing. Now, as a result, these people are looking to Trump and Sanders, because there's a whole new segment of an economy that's looking at Trump and Sanders to say, fix this. These are like independent contractors. These are temp workers, self-employed, all people who have no benefits, no nothing. Soon it's going to be 40% of our workforce who have no benefits, no nothing, no health insurance, nothing. That's the whole group that is looking to Trump and looking to Sanders. See, and our politicians don't get it. See, the Republicans and the Democrat establishment, the insiders, they don't get it. But they don't care either. They don't care. They don't care that our people are working harder than ever. And they're more angry and more frustrated than ever. They don't care. Our people aren't getting ahead. But the insiders, the establishments, don't care. The workers, their wages are stagnating. Dropped by 14% under Obama and Bush. Their jobs are less secure, and 63% of these Americans don't have $500 for an emergency. 63% of our middle class workers don't have $500 for an emergency. This is what's going on. Not oil. This has nothing to do with oil. Be a subscriber. We'll work with you on the refiners.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Welcome back to Phil's Gang Radio Show. For more information, simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
As far as the people that I've hired in various parts of Florida during the absolute prime season, like Palm Beach and other locations, you could not get help. It's the up season. People didn't want to have part-time jobs. They were part-time jobs, very seasonal, 90-day jobs, 120-day jobs, and you couldn't get. Everybody agrees with me on that. They were part-time jobs. You needed them, or we just might as well close the doors because you couldn't get help in those hot sections of Florida.
I don't know anything about bankrupting four companies.
No,
You bankrupted four companies. I don't know anything about.
You know what?
Starting a university.
Unbelievable. Welcome back to Phil's Gang. Remember, subscribe. By the way, we were just told it'll probably be Monday when we're going to execute our first buy, okay, the investment, working investors on the spiders, because money is starting to come in, and if enough money comes in, we'll execute a buy. If our charts tell us it's a setup, we will execute a buy on the spiders. So if you want to start, don't do what you did with it was funny. I told you to do the same thing with gold, AU. And you waited and waited, and all of a sudden gold was up 30%. Then my AU was up 30%. Then I want to do it now. It's too late. So the spiders right now, most likely Monday, is when we'll execute that exchange traded fund, the spiders. And you'll love the spiders because, as I said, you haven't got to do anything. There's 500 of the best stocks. You trade it as one. The fees are almost nothing. And once then you say, why did I ever go with a 401k? And then on top of that, the minute we spot one of our refiners that has a buy signal where the institutions are coming in and buying, that's all we care about. When are the institutions coming in? When are they taking their money and buying? That's all we care about. That's all we care about. And I want to wish my wife happy birthday tomorrow. Mine's today. So, going back to this silliness last night, whether you like Trump or you don't like Trump, the one thing you've got to do, you got to keep an open mind. Because you got to understand how the system works. We have a problem in this country where the inequality, the gap, okay, is caused, the income inequality, by quantitative easing. We know that because the very wealthy, we put in $3 trillion, the Federal Reserve printed and put in $3 trillion for the stock market to go up so they can get wealthy. The 5 percentile. They control 85% of the market. They got tremendously wealthy, but that didn't do anything. We were lied to. They said they were doing it to create jobs. No, it was strictly for one thing, to raise and rally the market 200% so that our government could tax them and get tax revenue, because our tax revenue was sliding. We were going deficits every month by $1 trillion. So they had to get tax revenue. So they lied to us and did this QE. The trade agreements, like with NAFTA, we've lost all kinds of jobs. That's another problem why there's inequality. But what people don't think about is the political power. The political power. That's where there's inequality. Where the wealthy from Wall Street and those who run the country's monopolies, who get up and buy the political power, go to Congress and buy that Congress, buy the power. They make changes in laws that advantage only them and disadvantage Main Street and the middle class. The 5 percentile buy power. When they buy power, they raise wages, lower wages, expand our military, contract our military. Do what they want. They run us. They own us. They are our owners. Expand the banks. They make sure they don't go to jail when they screw us. See, when Trump comes in, that stops. They expand the middle class when they want. They contract the middle class when they want. They want to make the middle class go into poverty, they'll do it. Whatever benefits them. And that's why who's reaching out to Trump. They want the political power change. And they know he's the only one who can do it because he's funded by himself. They don't care about Trump University or who he hired. That's what Rubio doesn't get. You think that's going to help Rubio? No. You know, See, they know that Trump can bring back the entrepreneurial spirit to have success stories again, from rags to riches. See, we don't have success stories in this country anymore from rags to riches. Because this administration and the Bush administration trashed the rags to rich stories, the opportunity. They punish success, both Bush and Obama. They disincentivize working, especially Obama. Hey, I'll give you free health care if you stop working. I'll give you food stamps. I'll give you housing. I'll give you a car. I'll give you this. I'll give you that. But boy, if you go get a second job or you work, taken away from you. And that's what's hurting our country and why the middle class is losing jobs. It's ridiculous. Punishing success. So, if Trump comes in, and that's what is bothering. That's what's bothering the politicians right now, driving them nuts, because they know this. He's going to upset everything. We got to get people back to work. We got to get people again where they're not going around and saying, I don't even have $500 for an emergency. Can you imagine 63% of our population, adult population, the workers in this country, don't have $500 for emergencies? Are you crazy? Are you nuts? So the market is reflecting it now. Why do you think the market dropped? Because these are the consumers, but they're not consuming. So they got to get the stock market up without consuming, without consumption. And that's what they're trying to do right now. So we don't care. Because why? Because our charts, when we see they're going to do that, and if they rally the market another 10, 12, 15%, they want to run it back up again for a month or so, fine. We're there. We're going to buy the stocks. Then when it comes back down again, let me tell you, the market is going to go down to where it started in 2009, about 6,500 on the Dow. We're going to go down to 6,500 on the Dow. There is no question about it, because everything is fake. It's all air. We didn't go from 6,500 to 16,000. Are you kidding? You think we did that on earnings? You really think we did that on earnings? We went up 10,000 points on earnings. We went up 10,000 points on financial engineering, and people got very, very wealthy. Only a very small segment of the population, because they have most of their wealth in the market. The majority, they have fixed income, savings, that kind of stuff. And with low interest rates at zero, they were getting killed. People in bonds, the bond market, you're going to get slaughtered. Everybody went to the bond market. Oh my God, you're going to get killed. So where's the opportunity? There's going to be a tremendous opportunity, because the market, as I said, if you really believe the market, the stock market is worth 16,000 or 16,005, where it is today, no. It's going to go down 10,000 points. If we break 15,450, we'll start dropping. That's why do you think every time the Dow goes down and hits 15,450, bang, it stops. It stops dead. They come in with everything. They print and print and print and give money to J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs to buy the stocks. Then they started this oil story, the oil story. Take parking, and everybody said, hey, as long as oil goes up, you start buying stocks now. The mentality, the herd mentality is incredible. People really believe that. They really believe that you buy oil. When oil goes up, you buy stocks. If it was that easy, we'd all have jets and boats. And if it was that easy to make money every day, are you kidding? Now, take a look at the big guys like Netflix, Amazon. There's your answer. When you can't get Netflix and Amazon and Google and Facebook moving, you don't get the rest of the market moving either. Subscribe to my gang over the weekend. philsgang.com, or call right now, 877-600-GANG. Please don't miss the S&P, and especially don't miss the refiners. Join my gang.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at Phil's Gang.